Hello there and welcome to my channel. It's Kate and I'm in the nest and it sure is a happy place at the moment. I've got so many things going on and I thought I'd pop back and show you the progress on a couple of pieces that I'm taking to the Fleur workshop in Melbourne. As I film, Zoe is at the airport and I know so many people are looking forward to the opportunity to see Fleur in Australia. Okay, so I'm going to unlayer and then take you to the main piece, which is my tote bag. So little pin cushion, well, it's the long pin cushion is coming in really handy and may still pop separately into my carry bag, or I might even, we'll see, I'm thinking about whipping up another one. This is my horsewhip that since you've last seen it, I've done a few things to it. It's more colourful than the tote, and that's my style. I've added this little horsewhip, gosh, I've got them on the brain. Little yo-yo here and a button that I got on the Dubbo trip. I don't know whether I'd done the pin cushion. I've put my, I'll just put these, show you, because these are the things that make it through through airport security. They're the little travel snips that Zoe sells, and I know they're on the Green Door website, so I've already got them in there because they will stay safe and I won't forget them. Always put a little pin, safety pin. This is the pouch that I covered. Again, I'm losing track of how much I've shown you. I've started to put things in. There's a little sewing basket free tape measure that I got at the sale, and starting to gather some threads. This little piece of crochet, I've also made a little pocket to keep the scissors in so that they're visible, and also like a little mini aut, I thought, because I'm trying to analyze what are the things that you really need under your fingers, and I'm just going to keep my needles there and visible. So I finished that off with some blanket stitch. You won't have seen that. Starting to do some seed stitch around there, and oh gosh, I just pricked myself. I wasn't sure how to close this one. I was going to crochet, and then I thought for the moment I'm just putting this lovely piece of trim that I got from Orange. I've just stitched deliberately quite large, and so there's a little hook in there that I can even put my finger in, because I like to, you know, it's all about the texture. Okay, so that's that piece, and now we're going to go onto the bag, and I brought down with me my neutral nest or natural nest with some things. I showed you this piece of Rachel's fabric when I started to make the tote bag, and I didn't think that I would be using it, but I'm actually starting to have an idea about that. I've got swans for closures, so that little penny cushion. I've got just little bits and pieces in there, lucky dip time, because I don't know what I'm going to do with you. So I'm going to take a deep breath and say, how are you? I hope you have had or are still having a lovely weekend. The weather is beautiful today, and it just fills us all with happiness. Okay, so I don't think I had this together at all last time I showed you. I have been a little just on a roll, and I love it so much. So it is a square tote. Here are the bamboo handles that I got from the sewing basket. I realize now that they're not a matching pair. The design is actually quite different, so it feels a little bit different under your hands, but I actually quite like that. So that's that part. I have I don't think I've done any of the, oh, maybe I had. Anyway, I've got that there and that there, and started to cover up, and then the handles I've stitched inside like that. And here is Mum's pencil case or little pouch that started off like this and is being transformed so far into this. I've got the Lazy Bones pillow slip for colour, 2 bits of antique fabric that brings some colour, this unfinished embroidery, and I have a vintage Suffolk puff and a Zozo on top. So that's where I'm up to. Inside it's just neutral, and I sort of love that this, weirdly, the green doesn't go. So if I just show you what I have in mind is that I'm going to stitch that on. Now, part of me doesn't think I'll stitch it completely down because I might love it so much that I want to use it in other bags. We will just see. So I'm thinking of just, and I did think of press studs, but I thought that's silly on mohair. I'm just going to put it in there. Of course, I could be having it free, but that will make me smile. So the idea is that this will be the front, and I'll go through the pieces that I've added since you see me. So we started out with this large piece of Rachel's linen fabric, glorious to stitch, and I will just have so much with fun with that. This is Beck's Happy Mail embroidery that she sent me, so that features prominently there. And this isn't in place yet, the cup and saucer, but I do like a quirky idea, and I like it's on the beige. The beige is settling with me much better than the white. I did use this beautiful floral embroidery, beautifully stitched, and I've started to do seed stitch around it, so that will become covered. And I left that little bit of lace on. Here's that beautiful fabric, which I left the frill on, vintage. Over here, I've used the doily with the big fringe that I got at the green door. Here's Rachel fabric, which I've done a little bit in black, messy cantha, and I'm going to put something over the top there. And then this is a piece of recycled, very vintage. I just love all the textures there, and I had to have some fringes of that story because that will match my pin cushion. Here I have Rachel's little postage stamp of that, and I'm thinking about putting some of the sari there. Not sure. And I do love, you know, I never expected to love the colours of this mohair as much, so I don't want to cover it all up, which is why I'm hesitating with that. But then I've got to work out. All right, so that's what I'm calling the front. So that will go like that on my arm. And then on the back, I haven't done as much, but I will still show you. Up here, Rachel fabric, a little bit of the same doily that echoes around the sides there, hanging down. Bit of, in fact, quite a big chunk, because I just love feeling that fabric. It's just glorious. A bigger piece of the embroidery, because if I do end up stitching on the train or the plane, I can have it on my lap and just be going do 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 here, and I'll have that in there, which won't be owl shaped. This little label has gone, designer label, and a little bit here. It did curve as I was stitching it, so I'll have to put something along there. Over here I started another piece of doily, which I didn't like the bulk of it, so again I've trimmed it. 2 little bits of that same doily, vintage, and sari. So this is the side that probably I need to turn my attention to, but also, oh my gosh, oh yes, I have. All right, so this is the way I imagine I would be walking. I have my little pouch here with bits and pieces in it. And then I have this, which was the top of the embroidery sent by Beck. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting that in there so that every time I look inside the bag, I have a pouch with Mum and special memories on it, and I have a cheery good morning, even if it's night. So if I'm packing to go out to the workshop, I'll have, let's do a pretend pack. I haven't stitched a door yet, but I will get there. Horsewhip, the Fleur pouch, inspired by the Untamed Thread in there, and I'll have my personal items on my crossbody with me, and then whatever project. And I'm going to take the orange pajama bag with me to put that in, and who knows. So there we go. What do you think? I have to say, I'm in love with this idea. This will not be my last. It's just feeling so me, and it's got inspiration and memories, and will come back with more things in it. So I might do that now. So let's put the horsewhip to work. Let's put some, so I've got the pins in here with the little lazy daisies. That's from Little Woolly. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it just makes me have great memories. So I've got, I need to do a special welcome to new subbies. Thank you so much for joining me. I need to thank people on Instagram who are being very kind and encouraging. So it's just been a lovely week of sharing and creating. And of course, the prize at the end of it is being in the beautiful city of Melbourne and getting a chance to meet Fleur Woods and create with her around the table. So that is really what this is all about. Okay. Right, so that's there. You've got the idea. Happy. I might put I don't know what the name is called, but something to keep this stiff on the bottom. Haven't got there yet. All right, so let us just be happy for a minute, and let's actually get the show on the road. So I needed to I did this on the machine first, so I stitched the handle in and a little bit of fabric, and then I've hand stitched it, but it was sliding a bit too much. So I did have this bit of my recycled, vessel strap, nest strap. So never throw away anything. Look at that, it's sweet in itself. That could go in the horsewhip somewhere. So I'll just put that aside for there. Okay, pin, let's go, Kate. So part of this is, I love waking up with positive thoughts, and I just feel blessed every morning, especially that I'm in this new chapter and get to be creative most days. So I just think that as a greeting, as a blessing is something special. Okay, where are the cottons? What are we going to put it on with? I like this one at the moment. I got this from the op shop, and it's a pearl, but it's quite shiny and thick. And I've got the yellow as well. Oh, and the other thing I am thinking that I might put one of my Betty Quilt buttons to greet me each morning. And I do have these ones as well, mother of pearl, that I got, an orange. They could go somewhere, maybe to help my swans. All right, let's get down to business, Kate. You know, it's almost like, anyway, I won't sound too enthusiastic, sorry. I just get an absolute rush of excitement when I think of stitching into this mohair. It's just glorious. So I'll have to keep my eyes peeled for more of these. I loved, one of my subbies said that she had reached out to her mother about a blanket that was her grandmother's, and that's being sent to her. And I thought, isn't that beautiful? And it's just not only the making, it's the conversations that, you know, we can have about where we got things. I don't think I'll have much time to go shopping, which is fine because I've been lucky to do quite a bit of oppie shopping, but I might go and see the shop called, what is it, Morris and Sons. I only discovered that in April this year, so I'd like to go and have a look. They have a beautiful range of crafty things. So nothing exciting embroidery ways here. We're just going across, and I'll just let it flap down for the moment. And I could do seed stitch all over it, or I can add florals because it's a floral paint and stitch workshop. So I'm thinking that we will be painting some fabric to stitch on. I'm not sure, and that's part of the excitement. Who knows? I mean, how, you know, I was going to ask a question because I was just wondering then. I was thinking, even all the workshops that and I've only started going to workshops this year, so I've probably overdosing, and they won't happen as often because I've just been like a sponge wanting to learn. But I've taken away something from every one of them, but not once have I been able to actually do, do what was being taught. But that's, again, I love that we can be free to be ourselves. I was absolutely the worst at the doodle embroidery. I can't do small, and I just admire. That's Annie Holcomb. She just does the most exquisite work. But what I tried to do was unrecognizable. So we'll see how Fleur goes with me. All right, so let's just hang that good morning there. I'll finish the thread off with some big stitches. This G goes right the way down there, but I will do that with a different colour at some point, I think. So if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, there you are. Good morning. Wakey, and enjoy the day. So practicing putting my things in a horsewhip. All right, where to next? Let's have a look at this big bare side. And the other thing I found is this little bit of Tim Holtz fabric that I thought is a bit more of Rachel. Another little bit of beautiful embroidery there. And I've saved some of this to go on this side. So let's, and I've got, no, I think I'll use the blue one. Oops, that's what's crashing. Okay, what are we going to do? I think I might stand up so I've got a better. So I like working the diagonals. We've got Rachel up there, Rachel down here, and no Rachel down there. So let's look at that first of all. I mean, I have used this orange. Who would have thought? Wasn't planning. So let's just go straight up here. Sort of grow the garden. Bring that down on there. That could work. I think our neighbours are barbecuing something yummy. It's always the sign when we start smelling each other's dinners, the Australian barbecue in full force. Okay, there's a butterfly. I quite like those. Letters there. Just go over here. So I've got the green, which is what I like. That's one piece. I still have to, I've been playing around. I'm not going to do this because it's way too big, but there's all sorts of chances. Okay, so I'm going to save a little bit for this side somewhere. just an ideas piece. And go back over here. I've decided I didn't talk about that. I'm going to leave the edges of the bag blank. I'm not going to cover them. All right. What else have we got? Oh, here's a big piece that we haven't. Maybe I need to look at that. Maybe. And it will need more interest up here, but we've always got Suffolk puffs and Zozos and all sorts of things. I just found another piece. These are all bits from my journaling. Maybe I could play with that. I mean, I've used up all those pins already. I suppose this is a very I don't want to lose all of that. Yep. And haven't brought any embroideries down. Here's a little bit of my Kansas. This one apron means so much to me. I did read a comment on someone else's YouTube channel that some people just hack the vintage pieces and don't honour them, and I thought, oh my gosh, I hope that's not me, because I love and treasure every single bit, and I like that there. So I've got a flower trim, a mix of cultures, so we'll cut that a little bit. There. So why don't we work on that? You might be wondering why I put the handles in when I hadn't finished this, but it's much it's the first piece that, because it's a wearable, I'm sort of conscious of what the outside and the inside will look like, so I've been sort of modeling it, if you like. I don't think I'll get to what do people call them? Mod shots, but I can tell you that I will be wearing it. Because that's what I said on my post the other day. We do a lot of slow stitching, but they don't all get to come out with us. So if we just look at this little piece of history, for example, I found this apron in a, what was that called? A vintage mall? Antique mall in Kansas in the United States in June. It's come home with me. It's on, could even be on this nest or vessel. Yep, there it is. Look at that. So this is my second ever vessel nest, and there it is. So yeah, I shouldn't have done that because I've lost the apple. And now it's coming out with me. To two cities in Australia. So, and that's what I talk about. Let's give a next life to these beautiful pieces. Just a bit tough here near the handle. There we go. I want to come back and do that more and actually make some flowers on there, but that might be a bit boring. Now let's look at Rachel's fabric, because I love sewing on it, as someone wrote in and agreed with me. Sorry, I'm behind on answering comments. I read them all, but I'll catch up on them during the week, like tomorrow. But she agreed that sewing Rachel's fabric is like sewing through butter. Okay, have I got another needle ready to go? Nope. So I'll unthread that one. Actually, why don't I just bring that one down? It's the neighbour's dog. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this particular piece, that is the best spot for it. Maybe it'd be more interesting. Yes, because on the other side I've got the embroidery. So let's amend the plans. No collage, no patchwork piece is too small to be used again. Okay, we'll try and go straight. So we've got a mysterious butterfly wing, and we're going to join a flower to the writing. Bring a bit of green up here. I'm actually regretting that isn't, well, it is real crochet, but I might end up putting something else over the top of it. Okay. And I want to make this an obvious join so that we can hero the piece of linen. So can you see how that's still quite beige, so I sort of using the, I might end up putting an embroidery over the top of that, and definitely over that bit. So still a lot of things to go, more fun to be had. So let's anchor this down, and we'll do a blanket stitch, really obvious. Oh, so soft. Where's that end going? Oh gosh, that wasn't a blanket stitch. That's better. Just checking I'm not going through. And I might leave that flappy because I like something else can go underneath it. So let's just leave that like that. I've got that bit to do. This piece has fallen off. I've still got, oh, that might go beautifully. Who knows? Probably thinking a little bit too much about all of this, but I'm just enjoying it. Okay, so here we go. This is our little carry tote. I didn't actually know what to call this. It's more than a bag, so I looked up. And a carry bag is by definition made out of paper, so I thought I won't call it that. So it's like a tote bag, which is largish, that carries a lot of things. So there's the suspended purse pouch. Here's the greeting every morning. Here's the horsewhip that will live in it, and there'll be, of course, there'll be swans on top to be the closure. I'm going to leave that as a message to have a wonderful day and weekend. Thank you so much. I've got that one that I want to take as well. Oh, that's where all the needles were. Okay. This is Kate in the Nest saying thank you so much for being with me on my stitching journey. Have a great one, and till next time, take care. Bye.